Market Watch Wednesday, making money while we sleep, riding the roller coaster together, stacking stocks and coins each week. Market Watch Wednesday, making money while we sleep, riding the roller coaster together, stacking stocks and coins each week. Ba 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 da ba ba da ba da da. Ba 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 da ba. Wacky what? Ba 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 da ba ba da ba da da. Ba 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 da ba. Wacky Watch Wednesday, making money while we sleep, riding the roller coaster together, stacking stocks and coins each week. Market Watch Wednesday, making money while we sleep, riding the roller coaster together, stacking stocks and coins each week. Ba 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 da ba da da ba da da. Ba 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 da ba ba da da. Ba 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 da ba ba da ba da da. Ba 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 da ba 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 ba.
Hello, tubers. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, and welcome to Coopersthaiadventure Market Watch Wednesdays with myself, Cooper, and my good friend and trusty sidekick, Mr. Brock Snitters.
Oh, you little.
Today, we got a lot to go over with you. Things that happened that sort of shocked everybody. Okay, people have gone and forecasted about this 4-year cycle. Okay, and whenever there's been a election in the US for the new president, that has always set the floor, November 6th, for the Bitcoin market. In other words, it's over the last 3 halvings, it's never gone below that. That's always been the new floor. Well, that floor was at 69,000. We went below it. And boy, did we last week on Thursday. And we dropped down as low as 59. 59 drop.
Don't believe it.
And then all of a sudden, something happened. I thought we were going a lot lower. I was watching the charts and I'm watching it live trading. And I'm thinking, okay, we're going down to low 50s here. That was my initial thought. And then all of a sudden we got a green candle and it just kept going and going and going and going. So Bitcoin went up roughly 10%. And it closed out the day on Friday about 67,000. And then after hours over the weekend, it pumped to 71, 72. And then Monday back down to 69, 68. And it's sort of been hovering there. Well, why didn't it go lower? And why did it rebound? Was there a huge amount of buy orders at 60,000? Or was there something else happening? Now, I'm not somebody that believes in conspiracy theories.
Well, you better start.
No, I don't. But I did see something interesting on Squawk Box, CNBC, with Kramer. Now, I know everything that Kramer says you take with a pinch of salt. I'm no dummy. When he goes against Bitcoin, that's buy. When he says buy Bitcoin, sell.
It's called the inverse Kramer.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people out there that believe in that, you know.
True.
But he said something, and it got my attention. He said that he heard the U.S. government bought the dip at 60,000. There was a secret meeting, and that they'd said that if Bitcoin hit 60,000, that's when they'd buy. Okay. So I then watched Invest Answers, Jamie, and he gives a breakdown of things. And he discussed it, but not the Kramer side of it. He said some whale bought exactly $6 billion worth of Bitcoin at $60,000.
Who said that?
Jamie from Invest Answers.
I didn't recall him saying
Yeah, when
that.
he had the panel on with CT Larson and then all the guys on there, he said it then. And
Rumor.
Some whale.
Yeah.
They don't know
so
who.
He's heard this.
Yes, they could see it on the blockchain. Somebody bought $6 billion. All right. Don't know who. Don't know whose wallet it is. But it was exactly $6 billion at 60,000 a Bitcoin.
I'm going to go back and check that because I find that
I'll
hard
show
to
it
believe.
to you. Yeah, it was at the 11-minute mark. I'll show it to you. So anyways, it brought me back to something that I remember through history in the recent last 20 years, that sitting U.S. presidents have an authority without Congress approval to spend $6 billion. They can only do it once and during their 4-year term. Now, Obama did it. He sent $6 billion to Iran on a military plane to the Ayatollah to stop all the stuff that was going on and to help build their economy for all the tariffs that were involved with the oil and everything else. And it was an agreement that we'll pay you what you've lost. Maximum I can give you is $6 billion. It's all I'm allowed to give you without an act of Congress. And I remember that happening while he was in power. He did it just before he left and Trump came in. All right. And I remember watching the news about it, and they said, yes, the president can do it once in his tenure as president, $6 billion maximum. And that's exactly what was bought. Now, you know the old saying, for every lie, there's 40% truth.
Never heard that in my life.
Never heard that in your life. You were agreeing before the live stream, but it makes you think, did he do it? And if so, why don't we know about it?
Yeah.
Well,
I think it would be well broadcast if that did happen.
Well, it doesn't have to tell anybody.
Okay.
You know, it wasn't for the fact that there was cameras on the runway in Iran recording these pallets of $100 bills coming off this military plane, this C-5 plane that landed.
I remember seeing the pictures on that.
You remember that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So you remember the $6 billion and why
pallets
it happened.
of it. And
pallets
you are correct. There was pallets and they were piled high.
Yes. So
Cellophane.
the president does have the authority to do this. Now, do they have to announce it? No. But with the midterms coming up in November, if he did indeed do it, and if Kramer is right for once in his life, I think there will be an announcement and it'll be coming up before the midterms saying, yes, we, the US government, added to our strategic Bitcoin reserve and we bought $6 billion worth of Bitcoin at 60,000.
Well, that'd be great.
You would see FOMO like you've never seen before.
Yeah, I'm not so.
So I wanted to touch on that, guys, because it is where there's smoke, there's fire, is what I believe. And it just so happens that it's exactly $6 billion, exact amount that the president has the authority to spend once in their term. And it was exactly 60,000. Maybe. I'm not saying it happened. I'm saying maybe. There's a lot of coincidences there with the exact numbers adding up. So we'll wait and see. Put that one on the back burner, and let's get into today's live show.
Well, can I make a point
Sure, go
here?
ahead.
Thank you. I think this is all just rumor and innuendo. And I think it's all part of the manipulation that has been going on, and it's going to continue without abatement until this Clarity Act gets passed. Because now it's like the wild, wild west out there. It's like, you know, pulling into Tombstone, looking around, and you happen to be quick with your gun. I think we can do okay here. There's no rules or regulations. It's wild, wild west. So, you know, the price is manipulated down to wipe out the longs and up to wipe out the shorts, and that's going to continue. Yeah. So they had to drop it to 60 to, you know, get even more of the longs out of there, you know, and yeah. So and sure, some maybe on paper there's been a $6 billion man show up to buy. Yeah, well, guess what?
Well, who's got $6 billion to buy?
Paper trades. It's like happens all the time. Happen in the gold market, happen in the silver market. I think that's what's happening in the Bitcoin. Okay. You know, somebody does hold one Bitcoin and they're trading 10 times or 100 times on the, you know.
So you're talking wrap Bitcoin now.
Yeah. Well, yeah, like it's manipulated is my point. So what to do? What to do, in my opinion, is realize eventually there will be clarity show up.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It'll be similar to the Dow, the NASDAQ. It'll be regulated, and you can't pull this bullshit. Yeah, that's happening in the crypto on those markets. Well, guess what? Once the act's implemented, it won't happen in the crypto. Meaning, to me, it'll rightly reflect the true value of Bitcoin. Right. So you'll see an onward and upward to the right climb in the value. Bottom line, it's on sale. Good time to buy. Yeah. You know, if you can put your bids in at, you know, whatever price you feel comfortable. What's it at now? 69? Yeah, 69. Yep, right on. Put them in at 65 if you want. Put them in at 60. Maybe you'll be lucky and grab some, but I think it's a terrific buying opportunity at these values. But I felt that way at 25, and then I felt that way when it was 44, and we were discussing all that. Well, you know, at 69, I think it's a great buy. Can it go lower? Well, sure. We've seen that. It's been manipulated. Yeah. But I think sitting back a year from now, 2 years, certainly we'll say, geez, that was a buying opportunity back then in the Wild West. So yeah. That's all I got to say about that.
Then there's those thank you.
Thank you.
Then there's those people out there that believe in the 4-year cycle that are diehards. And they think there's a 80% retracement coming. All right. If there is an 80% retracement, we've already dropped 50%. So that means there's only 30% more to drop. Now, what I've noticed during the last 3 halvings, it started at 80. Then it went to the next halving. It was a 75% drop. Then it was a 70% drop. So if it's losing 5% per drop every halving, that means we're looking at 65. If you're a diehard and you go by the cycles, then that means we're going to drop another 15%.
Yeah, I doubt it.
Where does that put us? 55,000, roughly. If it does go along that way, and Saylor's wrong. You know, Saylor said there is no crypto winner anymore. It's not going to be an 80% drawdown.
I believe that.
Yeah, we'll see.
Back in those drops, first off, Bitcoin wasn't that adopted as it is today, meaning the volume of people buying and selling. So the adoption wasn't there. Secondly, it's more known as far as people have researched what it is. Less tendency to sell, panic sell, say. There's always going to be a segment that'll do that. But I think we're getting more and more hodlers, diamond hand investors in Bitcoin. as I said, there'll always be traders, but and we didn't have the ETFs back then.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have Sailor buying like he is back then. I'm talking 5 and 10 years ago when you had those major dips.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't see us getting to this 80% retracement. I think we're at 50 now or close to it.
Yes.
And that's why I'm thinking, boy, the bottom is here or damn close. So I do think it's
So you think the 50% mark is going to be the bottom this bear market?
Yeah, I do. Maybe it's 54, 56, but 50 is a big retracement.
Okay, now let me ask you a question.
Fire away, McDuff.
If the 4-year cycle holds intact,
which I don't think it will.
Okay, that would put the bottom of the bear market in October. Would you agree with that? Do you think it's going to the bottom of the bear market's going to be October before we see an upward trend in Bitcoin again?
I think we've been in a bear market for a while. I don't think we'll see an upward trend in Bitcoin. Forgetting bull or bear markets, cycles.
Right.
We're not going to see anything like that until clarity is restored, until they actually get legislation preventing all this manipulation. The people that are manipulating the price of Bitcoin, which is what's happened, are doing it because they make money doing it. They're not going to stop. Why would they? They're making money. They're in a great business. They're guaranteed to make money when they liquidate those shorts, and they're guaranteed to make it when they liquidate the longs. How can they keep doing that? Well, there's no clarity. There's no legislation preventing them from doing this. So my point is, Coop, I don't think we're going to see, this cycle. So as far as, if they want to call it whatever they want to call it, we're not going to see any uptick in Bitcoin true valuations until we do get clarity legislation. So.
And I agree with that point because I saw this morning on TV the CEO of Barclays Bank, a very huge bank come from England, Barclays Bank. And he was on Fox News and he said this morning, we are going super fast to get into crypto. Super fast.
It's not the only one.
We want to be lending. We want to be buying. We want in it. And we're going at lightning speed because we believe the Clarity Act is only around the corner. And he was advising other banks to do the same.
Yep.
So they don't get left out when this Clarity Act comes into force.
And surprisingly enough, JP Morgan is going gung-ho on crypto.
Mm-hmm.
And that was from, what was it, maybe 2 years ago? Jamie Dimon was going to fire anyone who held any crypto.
Yes.
Yeah, so there you go. So yeah, adoption is definitely growing. But again, I keep harping on it, but we need, so hey, guys watching, call your state representatives in the US if you're there and you say, hey, we got to get this legislation. There's a lot of crypto holders in the United States. What they say, 40 million? That's like over 10%.
Yeah,
well, when you consider adults, it's probably a lot higher, but and it's probably more now. Put your voice out there. And they do have bipartisan support. So
that's a good thing.
What's stopping this is the banksters' lobbyists.
Correct.
They are shit scared of crypto being able to reward people that switch to that.
Pay rewards on stable coins.
Yeah.
Yes.
Where they pay zero on a lot of their deposits in the banking industry, and that's how they make a fortune.
Whereas on stable coins, you can earn 4%.
Or more or less.
Yes.
Yeah. So there'll be anytime there'll be a return, you're going to have people switch to a stable coin from maybe a bank deposit. And that's why the bank lobbyists are just dead set against this, where you've got bipartisan support, but the bank lobby group is probably one of the most powerful in the US, and that's why it's been stymied. So anyways, that's all I have to say about that.
Well, there's a big meeting at the White House today where they're getting the banks and the crypto people together and saying, well, right, we need to come to a compromise. We're not going to let China eat our sandwich. We're not going to let that happen. So we need to do something, and we need to do it now. We need to get clarity passed. Let's come to an agreement.
I
And that
agree with
meeting is today.
good, and I agree with Mike Novogratz from Gemini, sharp guy. He said, "Look, we're 95% of the way there. So let's not sit on our hands, do nothing, waiting on the 5. Either pass it without staking rewards. In other words, let the bankers win this round.
Yeah.
Or if they agree to something, pass that. But pass something.
Yes.
You know, and that way, hey, we can address the issues of because hopefully this is what they'll do. They'll maybe, you know, the crypto says fine, no staking. At least they'll pass it and get the legislation in effect. Then we can address it later on as time goes. You know, looking to add that because, you know, get the bill in place, and the majority of it is going to help the industry tremendously. So why not do that? So I agree with his idea. Listen, 95% is better than 100, better than nothing.
Well, yeah, you can fight over the other 5% later.
Yep. Adjust.
Let's get this passed and get it into law now.
Yeah. So hopefully they come to some sort of agreement, thinking that way at least.
Yeah. Now, did they put a date on it? Yes. They want it passed in the Senate by Easter and on the president's desk to sign into law by Memorial Day, May.
Well, let's hope so.
Yeah. So that's how far we are out on that. About the time as the new Fed comes into place.
New Fed, correct.
Yes,
Mundo.
and rate cuts.
Wow, look who Mr. Smarty Pants is.
So let's get into today's topic. We waffled on for about 20 minutes. Bitcoin miners in trouble. Why are they in trouble? Because Bitcoin is down at 69,000. The cost to mine one Bitcoin for the miners is currently somewhere between 92 and 96,000. I've heard different estimates on it. Jamie and Invest Answer says it's 96. Paul Barron says it's 92, but it's somewhere in that ballpark in the, you know, low to mid 90s of what it costs to mine one Bitcoin. And they're saying the Bitcoin miners are stopping mining Bitcoin. And what they're doing now to continue to make revenue, those that can, are getting into AI.
Data centers.
Data centers, correct. And the big people like Mara, CleanSpark, and a few of the others, Hut 8, will be able to do that. The smaller ones are going to end up going bankrupt. That's the nature of the game. If Bitcoin stays at this level, they're not going to be mining any more Bitcoin. What's that mean? Well,
listen, don't be making those wild statements like that.
It's not me. It's them. I'm reporting what they're saying.
Okay.
They're not going to be mining any more Bitcoin. And these are two very intelligent individuals.
No one is going to mine?
Look, not at those prices.
Well, hang on. So
would you pay 92,000 to mine a Bitcoin when it's only worth 69?
Maybe. Look at the average could be that 90,000. Keyword average. There's Bitcoin miners out there that their break even is below 40,000 a coin. And why? How can they be? Well, here's how. It's your energy is your biggest input. And there's people out there with contracts less than 2 cents a kilowatt hour, where the average might be 8 to 10 to 12. So if you're producing, or if you're getting your major expense at that level, your cost of production is way, way down. Now, it's obviously not a lot of miners have that, but some do.
Yes.
So there'll always be mining going on. That's why I don't, you know, these guys that say, no one will, yeah, bullshit. Now, the exahash has been steadily going up, which is the amount of mining capacity, let's say.
You need to mine one Bitcoin. Yes.
Yeah, well, that's how much is in the system, let's say. And everyone's fighting over the coins, you know, who's gonna be successful. But when prices drop, you should see that capacity slowly drop as well. Because as you said, people aren't making any money. They're going to turn off the machines.
Exactly.
You know, why spend $10 of electricity or energy to get $8 return? You don't do it. But I think typically that will hit, you know, the fringe miners, the smaller ones. Your big boys probably, maybe they turn off some machines, but I think they still stay in the game, figuring it's going to come back eventually. But the big miners, believe it or not, Mara used to be the biggest, but they're not anymore. Riot has overtaken them. And Clean Spark's up there. And, you know, yeah, they're all suffering to some extent, but you're right. They are. A lot of them are looking to switch their capacity. In other words, they've secured these, you know, good energy contracts to data centers because it's more of a stable return.
Yeah.
And, you know, can't blame them in a way. But
well, they've invested a heck of a lot of money in these mining machines.
yeah,
They're not cheap, Brooke. You
no.
know, you think one mining machine is several $1,000s, and they've got thousands and tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands. Some of these companies like Mara, you know, machines all over the place.
Well, I remember there was the miner called Iren, IREN.
I know them, yeah.
Yeah, and when I was heavy in the miners, you know, someone calls generating income. I remember iron was like $5, $8, whatever. And they announced a contract for an AI data center. And I thought, well, what the Christ is that? And this is back 2 or 3 years ago. And shit, what the hell are they doing that for? Well, you know, and so I stayed away from that. They did a 10x already. I mean, you know, they were prescient on where the market was headed for this data. So hats off to them. I was big into Riot. Riot was opening in Georgia, Coop. They were pretty flexible on hooking up to the grid. They were able to build their own power stations and, you know, kind of a great idea. Well, even they now have said, hey, we'll sell you a lot of our power for data centers. So, yeah, they're switching a lot of them from solely being Bitcoin miners to probably still mining, but also doing the data center, you know, the data energy and that. So, yeah.
Now, here's why I think it's a good thing. I'm going to flip the coin here. Why do I think it's good? I think it's good because the longer the miners don't mine Bitcoin, the more people are still buying the dip. It's lessening the supply, which means we're going to get a bigger rebound. And we may even get what you're predicting this year, a new all-time high, because of supply versus demand.
Yeah, I should temper that statement with this. That will only occur once we have the Clarity Act in effect. If this thing stretches 6 months to another year before they resolve it one way or the other, we'll continue in this manipulation period till then. You know, why would anything change?
Mid-50s to mid-60s. Basically,
yeah, well, they might drive it to 90 to really kill the shorts, and you know, drive it down to 60 to really kill the longs. But you know, the volatility might continue. I think once the Clarity Act is there, and see, there's a lot of big, huge investment funds. Call them pension, call them sovereign wealth funds. There could be a country sitting in the Middle East that says, well, look at, we're not going to touch that till the U.S. gets its act together and gets regulation in effect that actually covers our ass. You know what I mean? Where they can sue somebody if this happens, or the SEC's regulating it. They're probably barred by, you know, their own country's laws to invest in that. But once you see the clarity come into effect, my point is, I think you'll see a massive amount of interest and investment come into the space because there is clarity. It's regulated. People love the U.S. markets. They're the biggest on the planet because they're regulated. They have faith in them. Would you want to invest in, you know, Tajikistan or Nepal? Where's the damn regulation there should something go wrong? So yeah, this is why the U.S. markets are that big and will continue to be that big. So hopefully.
Yeah.
to get it done.
Now, one last thing before we get on with the rest of the show, and a bit of a sideline here. Samson Mao. Okay, he's been a wild predictor of Bitcoin. He said that Bitcoin was going to hit $1 million by the end of 2025. Well, we only got to 25% of that. Well, got to 10% of that. Sorry, 100,000. He was asked in an interview, where do you see Bitcoin going this year? Are you still bullish and going to say that Bitcoin's going to hit $1 million? Are you still going to come out with that wild predicament that it's going to hit $1 million this year? Or have you revised it down? He says, no. He says, actually, I've revised it up. If clarity happens, he said there's trillions of dollars waiting on the sidelines to get in from the banks. Trillions, not billions, trillions. He said that'll send Bitcoin to 1.3 million a coin by the end of this year, if clarity passes. Could it be that big? I got to say no. Could it hit 200,000-300,000? Absolutely, yes. But that's a far stretch in any man's opinion, you know. But who knows? He's been right before. It is rare when he's right, but he has been right before. He called the top on the last bull market, you know, so 69,000. So I don't know, but I would give his chances of less than 10% of that happening. I mean, if all the major banks around the world and sovereign wealth funds get into it, U.S. government announces they bought Bitcoin, maybe that could be the catalyst to get it there. But I still think we're 4 to 6 years out from that sort of price range.
Yep. Now, enough on Bitcoin. There is other investments. The Dow Jones, the NASDAQ, the S&P 500. And those markets have hit new all-time highs. Yeah, so you want to be diversified. You don't want all your eggs in Bitcoin. No one does, I would think. Purists possibly, but yeah, so there's other options, guys, out there.
Yeah.
Personally, I like Tesla. I think you do too.
I do too, yes.
And yeah, so
let's talk about the market. Let's get into that side of it. Here's something that very interesting happened. When the rebound happened on Friday, the mysterious $6 billion buy that stopped Bitcoin going way down, something happened. Bitcoin went up 10% roughly. MicroStrategy went up 26%.
Ooh, nice.
And Misty went up 23%.
Wow.
And then YieldMax came out with a post on X. Confused the hell out of me, so I had Brooke proofread it. I want my genius in the room. I said, Brooke, what do you make of this? What does this announcement mean? And basically, you came back to me and said, what I make of it is they've hit all their targets and expect a very good payment next week. Am I correct?
Announcement, yeah.
It was a very positive announcement.
And how was the payment?
We'll find out at 6 p.m. time tonight.
Wow, there you go.
So fingers crossed for that one.
Yeah.
I reached out to Rod at Retire on Dividends. We both know him. We've done a live stream with him. And I asked him, what do you make of this? He said, nothing. He said, they're just throwing stuff out there. It means nothing.
Smoke and mirrors.
Nothing. He's lost all faith in Misty, I think.
Okay.
I think he's lost all faith in Misty. It means nothing. Means nothing. I said, well, they hit all their targets. Well, I'm giving them 34 cents. I think that's what they're going to pay, 34, 36, somewhere around there. He said, that's what I think they're going to pay.
What did they pay last week?
Roughly that 34 cents.
Okay.
So he's giving them basically the same again this week. But if that announcement, why would they come out with that? Unless there's something positive there. Wait and see tonight.
Yeah.
It's going to be an interesting time. So with that, let's get started in the live stream. See who we got in the comments. Give us your opinion. Do you guys actually own any stable coins as well? We'd like to know in today's live stream.
Or stocks that you love. Captain Action from Tampa. If Grandma had wheels, she'd be a bike. Take a second to hit the like button. Make Darlena smile.
Bike and like. I
Yeah.
like that.
There you
He's
go.
a rhymin today. And thank you, Captain Action, for being a channel member with a badge next to your name, helping to support the channel for only $2 a month.
You know where that famous line came from was a Don Cherry interview. Yeah.
I missed that one.
Okay. Well, Google it. T. Meyer. Good afternoon, Jen. Sorry, won't be able to see your live show, but we'll watch tomorrow. What are your guys' thoughts on the QQQ, JEP-BQ, and AIP? AIP, I'm not familiar. I have to go back and look at it. A few more stable funds than MicroStrategy, Bitcoin, Sol at the moment. I think Sol's on sale, guys. My God, it's below
Majorly. It
yeah,
dipped below
80 some
$100.
bucks.
Yeah.
Shit, pick up 10 coins if you don't have any. Triple Qs, yeah, that's kind of like a passive investment, very low fee. Just buy it and hold it, guys, and you'll be in the, the technology market. JEP-Q is that pays a monthly dividend. That one, that's not a bad one either. I just wonder, guys, at this point in time, are they fully valued? Because they basically track the indexes in JEP-Q. It's the stocks that I think the S&P 500 or the top, whatever, pay their monthly, but they're at the highest values they've been. So I don't know if you really want to be dipping your toe in that. Maybe you wait for the pullback, keep your powder dry, and wait for the gray swan or black swan days that surely will come at some point.
Always.
There's talk about the AI bubble. So I think there'll be a lot of winners, but there'll be some losers. So yeah. All right. Yeah. What a sale. Hello, CBD and all the gang. Looking forward to the conversation. I never thought I would see Bitcoin this low recently. So yeah, well, buy and hold, be prepared. It is volatile. Volatility is vitality. You're getting good premiums on your on the option markets, guys. So take a look at that. Learn, do your research first. But the point is, you want to probably buy when dips like this occur, and either hodl or if you're a trader, you'll look at selling when they rebound. So the only question is, when will they rebound? Well, I've got my views and I've expressed them. Wait for the clarity, but
that's what I'm waiting on.
Yeah.
And the interest rates from the new Fed governor are not priced in. The market's predicting there's going to be 2 interest rate cuts between now and 2028. So one this year, one next year, quarter basis point each. I think we're going to get a lot bigger surprise than that.
And what's going to happen to the money printers?
They're going to go super burr.
Correctamundo. So there'll be a lot more dollars. Well, every currency on the planet will get printed by their governments. And I mean, Japan just had an election, and guess what? They're going to print more money.
Yeah.
And they got the most out there per capita. But my point is, so all these governments doing this, the fiat, the paper money with nothing backing it, will be chasing assets. Money's just not going to sit there. They're going to spend it on something. Well, where can we spend it? What's to buy? Well,
yeah.
Which will drive the prices, guys. So, people will be looking for, and hey, let's talk a bit about gold and silver. You probably see it start to run, with why? Because people don't trust the paper with nothing backing it. So,
yeah. So gold's currently at 5,000 flat. Silver's at 82.
Yeah. It was high as 120, wasn't it? Silver up there.
Yeah. So it's 40% down. Silver off its all-time high.
Gold about 10% down.
Yeah.
Nomad Jack and the lovely Pinky. Good morning, CBD gang. Hope turnaround this week. Have a great show. Yeah.
Let's see what comes out the White House in regards to the crypto meeting with the banksters and the crypto people.
Yeah.
Let's see, because it'll be on the news somewhere. Okay, we've come to a consensus. We're not going to give 4%. We'll give 2%, or something. Somewhere in the middle, there's something that's going to break. And then it then goes on further committee stages before the vote in the Senate.
Yeah. Scott Marites from Toasty, Pennsylvania. Wowzer, he hit 41 degrees today.
Wouldn't that be great if it was Celsius?
No, it started to melt in
but that's Fahrenheit.
Poor Scotty's been sitting there freezing most of the winter. And unfortunately, we do bring them up every live stream. And I wonder how poor Scotty's doing over there. Is it cold?
Yeah, that's under 10 degrees Celsius.
I
That's
know.
freaking cold.
Oh, I think when's he coming back? June or July? And
So, yeah.
he's going to love it. Yeah, well, can't wait. What a sale. Hit that like button. Make Darlene smile. That
Yes,
helps.
please. It's free. Pound it.
Roger Walker. Good morning. Good evening. Cooper, Darlene, Brooke, and everyone. Thumbs up. Yep.
Yeah. Yes, please. If you're watching on the live stream, that's all we ask. Give us a thumbs up, folks. And people tell me, Coop, I was watching your channel for a long time, and then all of a sudden, YouTube stopped recommending it to me. I don't know why. I never unsubscribed. It's because you're not hitting the thumbs up button, folks.
Yeah, you have a better chance.
You were talking to me about Paul Barron.
Yeah.
I used to watch that channel, but I don't get it come up on my screen. I said, every time I watch, I give a thumbs up on it. That way it recommends it every day when he's got a new video out.
Yeah, and it indicates to the algorithm that you like that stuff.
Exactly.
So it'll give you more of the same stuff. So yeah, the ones you like, it does help you see more.
So if you want to continue watching us and want to know when we have videos that come out as well as our live stream, hit that thumbs up and you will keep getting notifications from our channel. It's that easy.
Well, and I have just realized the best investment anyone here watching us can make. Come to Thailand.
There you go. Get out the matrix.
Paradise, boys. Boys and girls. Wanderlust Asia. No flip, more down. Ernie Jones, Ernesto. Good morning, CBD and gang. Thanks
Good
for being
morning,
a channel
Ernie.
member. Ricardo, good day and good wishes for all.
And thank you, Ricardo.
There's a happy Ricardo.
And thank you, everybody that's got the badge next to their name.
Lost Wages, Trader. Where did you two go to view the Super Bowl?
I watched it on my big screen right here.
Did you get any buffering?
Nope, none.
Now,
Stream solid all the way through.
You probably didn't get the commercials in.
I did.
You got all the commercials.
Got all the commercials too.
Oh, shit. So I went to the clubhouse and it was pretty busy there. I had a great seat and with a bunch of guys. I had breakfast there because it was early. Like
I did it after the game. I went.
Oh, you watched after the game? Yeah.
Well, I watched the game live here, and then I went to the clubhouse after with Darlene, and we met up with Claude and
had brekkie
Jerry Hart.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and had brekkie with them.
The problem, though, and it was great. There were huge screens, no buffering. It was a little noisy, so you didn't hear the commentaries, you know, which sometimes I do like. But you saw the game, you know, but no commercials.
No,
it's because I think it's satellite or something, and it's just it's not a blank screen. You just see the stadium, but there's nothing going on, right?
Yeah.
And then I watched that. Well, you didn't really watch it.
The halftime?
Yeah.
I was disappointed.
Well, I couldn't make any hide nor hair sense.
I couldn't understand a word of it.
When that started, I thought, holy shit, they're in a different country.
Yeah.
Because of all the sugar canes and, you know, yeah. I don't know how well that went over, but
it didn't go too well, apparently.
Good morning, good evening, everyone.
Good morning, Wolf.
Richard Woolley, good morning and good evening, everyone. Yes.
Good morning to you too, Richard.
WC Secrets to Success. Okay. Hello, gents. We need good news today.
Okay. Here we go, folks. I'll talk like that mad Russian on YouTube.
Always something on sale.
Yeah.
Today it happens to be Bitcoin.
He's super excited. Even when it goes down, Ivan is his name. Even when it goes up, he's super excited. He starts to show, okay. I see, you know, he's like on steroids.
What a sale. I saw a story that the U.S. government wanted to buy Bitcoin at 60. Thought, well, there you covered
See,
that.
I'm not the only one that saw that out there. Kramer said it. My thoughts are, I don't know.
I hope it's true, but hey.
I hope it's true. It would be fantastic news if it is true. But there's a lot of FUD out there.
Yeah.
And I can't really call it either way. If it is true, it's fantastic news for Bitcoin and the alts as well. Because this run, I've said it for over a year, there's not going to be an alt season. Bitcoin and alts are going to run together. When one goes up, they all go up. When one goes down, they all go down. We never saw an alt season. There was no blow off top like before where Bitcoin goes into euphoria. It jumps from $1,000 to 69,000, 69x.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't see that. It didn't jump from 42,000 to 420,000, 10x. We never saw a blow off top. So therefore, we never saw an alt season. We never saw a bull season. I think it was a dead season of anything. I'm calling it like you, Brooke. So it's just, there's too many coincidences in there to dismiss it outright. The $6 billion, the authority the US president has to spend once in their term without Congress oversight.
Yeah, and I never heard of that shit. But
well, you have, because you remember Obama doing
yeah,
it
but I
in
thought that
Iran.
was some part of some deal they made on
No,
nuclear, and okay, we'll give you the money. You don't do any more, whatever.
Yeah, he didn't get Congress approval. He was allowed to give exactly $6 billion, not a penny more.
Okay.
And did our current president do it? I don't know. But if he did, oh my God, watch out when that announcement comes out.
I do want to touch on this real quick. So am I disappointed with, say, Bitcoin? Excuse me. Well, listen, two options, guys. I've been, as you well know, been able to earn a nice standard of living here. And when prices are like this, you just keep selling options to make some money. So if you haven't got into it already, take a look at that. And what I mean, you can, I don't hold the coins personally. I do it through, in my case, a proxy MicroStrategy. Same with you. However, you can do IBIT, which is BlackRock's version, Fidelity FBTC, which is Fidelity's version. You can even do it in Canada with Canadian, prices. And the good news on all those I just mentioned, you can sell calls against your shares and earn a premium, earn an income while you're waiting for the prices to go.
Yeah.
And so you're kind of getting paid to wait, guys, through this time of unknown until the Clarity Act passes. Now, once that Clarity Act goes, personally, I'd be less hedging, and let because it could get a big uptrend, a big run. So
now, Paul Barron, who I mentioned earlier, he's big in the YouTube verse. He's got over 2.2 million subscribers. I showed you today, bro.
You can't, yeah.
And he knows his stuff.
Well, you get that many subscribers, you obviously do.
Yeah. He's not small fries like us at 18,800 subscribers. And thank you all, by the way. He's mega big. And he has a lot of interviews with a lot of senators and a lot of congressmen and women on his channel. He's very good, very informative. I got to give him a shout out. But he thinks the Clarity Act is going to pass way before Easter. He thinks it's imminent. So maybe we get a surprise and it passes in the next couple of weeks.
I think we need the White House to
push it.
Yeah. Hey, put the thumb on their heads and say, get this thing through.
Yeah.
Whether he's got to strong arm the banks or strong arm the
Coinbase.
Well, yeah, one of the two to get the votes done. Get it done. Live and learn with Mike. Good morning, DJ Cooper, Brooke, and Darlena.
Good morning, Mike.
Mikey.
He goes on to say,
XRP, buy. Everything's on sale. Yeah, I'm just not big on the altcoins, Coop. Some people are. There's a good segment. And I mean, there's a whack of expats in Thailand that love XRP.
Yeah, and Ethereum.
Not
and
bigger
Solana.
than Dandy Don from Cucamonga. Remember Donnie? Saw him the other day.
Yeah, you got you diehard believers out there.
Yep. Heath McDaniel, good morning, watching from Southeast Tennessee.
Good morning to you, Heath.
Probably warmed up there too. Michael Vila, good evening from the US of A. I'm so glad I only invested in precious metals. I have some Misty as well. Yeah, precious metals have done well.
Yeah, they have. But there's always been a flipping. In the last three happenings, when gold and silver run, as soon as they hit their plateau, they come down to their mean, and then Bitcoin runs. Is it going to repeat? The diehard cyclists out there, tell me in the comments, is it going to repeat? Is it going to rinse and repeat like it has done for the last three halving cycles? Gold and silver have their heyday along with precious metals, and then Bitcoin runs after.
Yeah. I mean, I don't do gold and silver. I do follow it. My nephew loves it. He's done well. Been in it for a few years, so he's okay. But to me, is this the time to go? If you do a small percentage of your overall portfolio only, I am following personally copper, because I think copper maybe hasn't run like some of the metals. And yet they say, boy, with all these AI data centers and trillions, trillions that are going to be invested in these, copper's needed in everything.
Yeah.
So, and apparently there's going to be a shortage big time. So we'll see.
We'll see. Maybe that could be the next one.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. So, but I'm following it, doing my research. Best field. I asked XAI. It's a no.
Okay. What did you ask them?
Whether to get into whether Bitcoin's going to drop.
No, he goes on to say
there's no evidence that a whale or any entity bought $6 billion worth of Bitcoin today, February 10th, 2026.
No, it was Friday. It was Friday, not today.
Yeah, but
it was last Friday.
Yeah, Grok or ChatGPT or Claude or Gemini would have come up with that date if it had happened, is my point. So yeah, check it out, guys.
Wonderless Asia says okay.
Robert Pierpont, you couldn't get a $6 billion of Bitcoin at 60K. You could start buying at 60K. Yeah, but by the time it was all filled, it would be 10% higher or more.
And that's what it was. 10% higher, exactly.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I'm not saying I don't believe you. I'm just saying.
But CTO Larson checked it, and there was a $6 billion buy that saved it.
Okay.
Going deep into the 50s. And he says, you're speaking garbage. Who? Let us know who. Just don't put a comment out there. Somebody's speaking garbage.
6,060,000 Bitcoin purchase. That's who.
Well, maybe. I'm just repeating what others are saying. I have no idea. I don't trace people's wallets. I never have. But I watch the people that do. And I give a lot of credence to Invest Answers and their show. They're very good at what they do.
Yeah, well, I listened to Jamie, and I didn't hear that segment. So
you missed it. You didn't watch the panel. You
today?
Said. Yesterday.
Well, I'm at the gym when I'm listening to it. So, I mean, that.
I'll show you. It was at the 11-minute mark. You can go back and check. It was like 11 minutes, 40 seconds.
And sometimes you have to really analyze the wording. Rumor has it that
no,
or
he came out and said there was a whale, one wallet bought $6 billion worth.
Interesting.
Yeah, and they would have bought it on the OTC. They wouldn't have done it on the exchange. They would have done it on the OTC.
Best life. The biggest whale buy was February 6, 2026, about 60. Well, Jesus, that's a hell of a buy.
Yeah.
At prices around 70K or lower during that dip. This was only 4.7 billion, the largest single day inflow of the cycle. Yeah, maybe that's total. Okay.
That was Friday, February 6th.
All right. Bottom line, there's interest. Richard Woolley, I'm so sick of Misty and Alti. In fact, all my WiMAX stuff has plummeted. Yeah.
Alti's done well on its payment. It paid 46 cents. Last week it paid
which you said was up.
Yes.
So that's a turnaround. Thank God for that. That's first I've heard of in a while.
Yeah.
Hopefully Misty does the same. You're maybe guys at a point with both of those that it's like why sell now? The damage is done. Hopefully these payments will continue at the current level, or hopefully as it happened, go up a bit. And then you just wait for the market turnaround, because both stocks will get pulled with the underlyings, running up, and hopefully that does happen. So it's maybe a buy and hold type of thing.
That's what I'm doing. I'm holding, and several people I know are holding too.
Yeah.
Because we figure we're, if not at the bottom, extremely close to it. But we're getting paid to wait.
And I mean, I was in pretty heavy, and then I saw the drop. And you go back through the videos, you'll see when I exited, took my lumps. But then to me, maybe Tesla was a better investment long term. So yeah, maybe switching at that time is, and it so far worked out. Yeah, we'll see. Craig Mitchum, Trump's a con man, fooling the gullible for his own gain. Every word's a lie. Well, maybe not every word, but he does tend to exaggerate at times.
Over exaggerate a lot.
Yeah,
He does.
but it does seem to work for him in a lot of cases. Michael Vela, I can't figure out why people stress over the investment that depends on things not under your control. Correct. He's got a good point there.
Yeah. Every dip, there's a rebound.
Worrying does no good, does it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is, if you can afford to wait. Because it will go up eventually.
And better yet, if you can get paid to wait.
Exactly. Hence why I held on to my MSTY and my Ulti.
Jesus. So in the furniture business, a lot of times you'd have to order furniture. And people their emotions were, I want it now. They made the decision to buy. They're about to give you their money, but they want that now.
Yeah.
And you have to tell them, I'm sorry, sir, it does take 4 to 6 weeks, sometimes 8, to get this product built in the color you want.
Right.
And, some people would just walk out the door. Oh, no, I thought I could get this right away in stock. Well, nobody's got stock. But the way I handled that, and it worked, Coop. Let me ask you a question, sir. Has anybody ever paid you to wait? And they would look at me like, what are you talking about? If you can wait the 4 to 6 weeks, I will pay you every week for that. What? I'm going to knock $500 for the 5 weeks off your price. Oh, shit. Yeah, I'll wait. Totally turned them around. They were tickled pink. Oh, God, yeah, take your time. There's no rush. Yeah. And they were ready to walk out the door. So it's funny how that
You're a hell of a salesman, sir.
Well, like I say, it's great getting paid to wait. Claude, there he is. Motorbike ride tomorrow. Yes, locals, come join us. Yeah.
10 o'clock, we'll be meeting at PTT gas station opposite Chumtian Riviera.
Yes.
Yeah. For a ride that promises to be very adventurous. He says he's going to take us to a new lake we've never been with very windy roads.
Nice.
So looking forward to that.
It'll be fun. I'll be there.
Yeah.
What a sale. Correctamundo, Brooke. Manipulation to the max. We need the Clarity Act. See?
Agreed. Yeah. Definitely agreed there.
He knows.
On both of us.
Vegas Chris. Lost wages, Chris, this is. I'm 100% with Brooke, and as I have said for the past month, I'm sticking to history and psycho.
Okay.
I'm not going to follow influences and their opinions. I will keep doing my own research. That's important for everybody. Good advice,
goes on to
Vegas.
say,
after the Clarity Act pump, it will yet again go down. Well, that's the nature of
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I think it'll overpump like it does. Could it hit 300,000? Yes. That's not too far out of reach if trillions are coming into it.
And maybe pull back to 175.
Exactly.
Oh, people will panic. They'll lose
and
their
say,
shares.
we're at the end. We're at the end, like they're doing right now. Yeah.
Robert Pierpont, the overall Bitcoin trend is still bearish, even with the 10% bounce. After it dropped to 60, it's going lower. I won't touch it till it's in the 50s or lower. Okay, well,
if that's the case, Robert, you're predicting that Bitcoin's going to go down 85% from its all-time high. Well, it's never gone above 80% in its previous 3 halvings. It's never dipped below 80%.
Okay.
The last one after the first one was 75, and then it was 70. So it's changed 5% every halving for the amount that it dips down. Originally, it was 80, the first one, then it was 75, and then it was 70. So if it's going to keep on that trend and you're a diehard cycle person, then it would have to go down 65%. That 65% is at 56,000. So it won't go lower than 50.
Never seen that.
Based on your beliefs, it can't go lower than 55, 56.
Yeah, just get if you can get to one whole coin, you're one of the few.
Yeah, because if you think it's going below 50, then you're believing it's going to drop 85 to 87%.
Buy anytime you can when you have excess funds. Stay diversified.
Yeah.
Hold. That's what I do. Barty Harley, there's a newbie. There is no such thing as the $6 billion man, spending power by the president. Okay, I wondered. The Constitution says so. It is just a made-up fact.
So Obama didn't give $6 billion to the Iranians.
I don't know.
But yet we saw it all live on TV.
Well, sometimes there is made-up facts.
Yeah.
It's called revisionist.
Was it AI back in the 1910?
It's called revisionist history. Party. Snowbird, hello from Alaska. Came to watch the show and click that like button. Good
Thank
for
you very much, Snowbird.
Ronald Reichard, hello CBD from Daytona Beach, Florida. Starting to warm up there, I'll bet. Vegas Chris, I checked Grok, Google, and both say no $6 billion Bitcoin buy in any wallet in the past 2 weeks. Good. Brock Snitters, can you kind of get up and feel Coop's forehead and let us know if he has a fever?
Again, I'm not saying it. I'm saying Invest Answers is saying it, that there was a whale that bought $6 billion. Also, Paul Barron said there was a whale that bought $6 billion. Also, on Squawk Box, Kramer said the U.S. government bought at 60,000. The exact amount that was bought was $6 billion. So these three people are saying it. I'll just put out the news. It's up to you guys to interpret it in the news how you will. But they must all three be getting their data from somewhere.
Let me just say this. The way you have this...
Here we go.
The way you have this ability to...
Father-son lecture time, by the way. Here we go.
I'll start over. The way you have this ability to present this revisionist history is amazing. And you have a believability that quite often people, Jesus, that's gospel. It came from Cooper.
I have no idea. And I tell it on here. I have no idea.
You have no skin in the game.
I just put out what other people are reporting. And like I said, every lie, there's 40% truth.
Yeah, where there's smoke, there's fire. So,
yeah,
you know, it's... But, you know, I hadn't heard about that $6 billion. And I think if you go back and say I did call bullshit on that. But, hey, maybe it was right. We'll go back and check, as I did say that, too. I got to go back and check that. I guess the point is this, and Cooper will agree with me. Do your own research, guys. If that's of interest to you, if Bitcoin's of interest, do your research. Become familiar with what it is. You know, we're just here. This isn't financial advice we give.
No,
it's
entertainment purposes only.
Yeah, opinions, entertainment, maybe research we've done that I'd like to present to you. Some beliefs we have. I believe, you know, Solana will be the one that wins over Ethereum, and I do believe Bitcoin will be here. It's not going away. I do believe it'll be up and to the right in 5 years. That will be very highly rewarded. But hey, that's just my opinion.
And I also believe, here's my belief, if you come to Thailand, you too will be a handsome man.
Yes, you are correct. Now that I totally agree with you, Cooper. He's done his research on that, folks. Terry Fallon. Hello, Cooper and Brooke. We've turned a corner here in Bancroft from minus 25 degrees centigrade to -3.
Oh, he can walk
That's
the dog now.
Melting.
He can take the dog out for a walk.
Well, yeah, and when the sun's out now, it'll slowly start to melt.
Yeah.
Bingo. We're tired of freezing our asses off, Terry goes on to say. Thailand, bring it on. You
come on out, buddy.
Yeah,
the price is right.
Funny thing is, when you've had snow in your life, and we've both had it, you don't miss it.
No.
You get to Thailand, you're here 6 months, you don't want to see snow again.
Yeah.
Ronald Reichard, BitThumb intended to send a promotional reward of $1.40 to each user.
Okay.
Instead, due to a configuration error, the system sent Bitcoin worth roughly 140 million per person at the time to 695 users.
I heard a bit on that.
And
then they were able to reclaim the money.
Well, sure.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Yeah.
I did hear a bit about that.
Crazy. Willie Gilligan, I quit mining in 2016. So he was Bitcoin mining on his own. Very well. Well done. When all I was doing with profits was going to buy more ASICs. So he was buying more machines. ASICs machine that
the mining
that mines
machine. Yeah.
Bitcoin. I took my Bitcoin and bought silver and gold. Okay, well done. Eventually it will go to zero because belief and hope is what runs it.
What, Bitcoin or silver and gold?
Yeah. I think he meant Bitcoin.
I think he means Bitcoin too.
Yeah, but no, I don't see that happening ever, Willie. And you know,
It's a $2 trillion asset now.
I mean,
The
I
crypto
always
market as a whole.
yeah, now he's talking about mining Bitcoin as an individual.
Yeah.
You know, not these big corporations, which is the majority, but there's lots in my son-in-law was mining. He had 32 of those ASICs running in the basement.
Yeah.
And in the winter, he never had to turn on the heat. There was enough generated from the, you know, they had it in the basement, heat rises.
Yeah.
You know, they kept the whole house warm. But it depends a lot on the energy cost. So there's times when it's, you know, affordable to run them, and other times, you know, when price is down like it is now, you probably wouldn't make any money. Unless I thought, what if I had solar panels?
Yeah.
Solar panel, yeah, free energy, basically. You know, you got the cost to set it up, but never did it. Well done, Willie, on that though, for doing that. Vegas Chris, if Trump wins, we're going to the moon. When the ETFs get approved, we're going to the moon. After the halving, we're going to the moon. Now when clarity passes, we're going to the moon. Vegas Chris is a sharp guy. We're having 4 moon shots.
I don't think it's going to go to Samson Mao's figure 1.3 million.
Well, eventually it will.
Eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully
5 to 10 years.
We're both around to see it.
5 to 10 years time.
Wouldn't that be nice?
This year, heck no.
But I'll tell you, who is going to the moon?
Elon.
Very good.
Yes.
Correctamundo. Look at the big brain on Cooper.
Within the next 5 years, he plans to go to the moon to build a base.
I think, well, he's not totally off Mars. He says Mars will be next, but he's gonna kind of do the setup on the moon to get everything kind of working.
Yeah.
To show. And the other thing is, and once they said this, I thought, well, shit, they can only launch for Mars once every 3 years.
Yes.
Like there's only windows to launch
when it's closest to the Earth.
Yeah, like every 3 years. Well, Christ, you'd have to launch a hell of a lot of rockets at once if it's only once every 3 years. Where the moon, I think it's every 3 days or 2 days. Yeah, like it's, oh, you can do it twice a week.
Okay.
You know, so yeah, that does make sense. And when he said the moon, I thought, shit, now that's doable in my lifetime. You know what I mean? I'm not sure about Mars, but
well, China wants to build a base on the moon too.
Apparently, and I just read this morning, China and Russia are going together to
do it.
Yeah, to do it.
Exactly. Yeah, I heard that too.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So interesting. So yeah. Ronald Reichert, they recovered 99.7% of the Bitcoin that was sent out to those 695 happy customers, but some customers cashed in 0.3%. This kind of mishap doesn't help Bitcoin. Well, it doesn't help the idiots that did it.
No.
It's nothing wrong with Bitcoin. Bitcoin didn't, you know, wasn't.
They said the decimal point was in the wrong place.
Well, so
that's why it happened.
That wasn't Bitcoin's fault.
No, that was human error.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Terry Fallon, guys, how was your Super Bowl party? I think I called it. Yeah, it was. My team won. I was cheering for Seattle.
I thought the whole game was going to be nothing but field goals.
When it was like
halftime and there was not a touchdown score.
I think it was 12-0, 4 field goals in a row. And I said to my buddy next to me, I said, Christ, this kicker could be the MVP of the game.
Most valuable player, exactly.
But that Walker guy, the running back for Seattle, he did have some good runs. I never drafted that guy in my fantasy teams.
Yeah.
And next year I'm going to look at that bugger because he's good. Robert Pierpont, Solana hit like 68. Oh, geez, that's cheap. Solana's high is almost 300. That was a good buy if you got under 70.
Yeah.
I had to pick a few up that price because that 4x under it's high. Correct.
Exactly.
Now, I was just going to say, he's brought up a point. When you're looking at investing today, say you got dry powder.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I'd be happy with a 2x.
Yeah.
This year. Like double your money.
Yeah.
You know, wouldn't that be great?
130,000, say.
So what are the possibilities? Well, Tesla maybe, but you know, but I tell you, strategy, I could see that doubling. That's
Tripling.
only 130 to 260. Shit, that's pretty low. Solana, you know, 85 to 170. Geez, I could see that.
Mhm.
But even those, you will need this Clarity Act. Here we go, back to it, in place.
I
Because
agree.
as Bitcoin goes, so will go Solana, XRP, Ethereum. It's the driver. So it'll, I mean, it's good for all those altcoins,
Yeah.
call them.
As I called it a year ago, there's not going to be an alt season. They're going to run together now because of the ETFs. ETFs changed everything.
Big time.
There's no more retail. Everybody keeps saying, oh, well, retail gets in. This is going to happen. We're going to the moon. There is no retail. It's ETFs now.
And for the average consumer, Coop, in my opinion, stick with the ETFs on Bitcoin and the ETFs on Solana for that matter, because they're regulated.
Yes.
You know what I mean? They, you know, your coins will be safe in their hands. So
yeah.
Vegas Chris says, I've been sitting a while on Meta, which is Facebook, right? Microsoft, okay. Last few years, Tesla, MicroStrategy, and TEM. I'm not sure what TEM is.
Meta's not. Is he referring to the Japanese one, Bitcoin? I think they're called Meta as well, aren't they?
No. Meta's Facebook.
Okay.
They switched their name to Meta.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he's got a lot of the, you know, Magnificent Seven or whatever the hell they call them. Bitcoin, ESOL, Misty, Tesla. He's getting some weekly pairs in there. I DCA'd in and out of Bitcoin, Solana, and ETH. Okay, well, he's so he does a bit of trading. Basically, he's got his core, you know, probably most of the money in Meta, Microsoft, and Tesla, possibly. Strategy. So yeah, that's well diversified, Chris.
Yeah.
You got
Very well
a little bit of everything
diversified
in there, which is good.
Yeah.
Well done. Wolf, I own a little Sol, Bitcoin, ETH, XRP, Doge, crypto, strategy, Mara, Misty. Oh, look at all those. Look at blocks. So a little crypto. He's got a lot of crypto exposure.
Yes,
maybe,
he does.
Maybe Wolf a little too much. Christ, the whole damn thing is Bitcoin related when you look at it. But
no, he's got XRP, Doge in there too. And
well, true, but crypto.
Yeah.
It's 100% crypto. I don't necessarily like add. Yeah.
Well, basically, he's picked the top 5 players and betting on one of them to.
Well, he's got weekly pairs.
To run like a son of a gun.
Some of them probably are monthly, believe it or not. And then, yeah, he's hoping on a rebound in the crypto space. But you'll be praying for the Crypto Act clarity to pass just as we are. Because that'll affect all those to the positive. Jetter, seems like the markets are at a close to all-time high. Well, they are. You know, they're hitting it daily, it seems. I'm expecting that there will be a big pullback, 20%. So he's talking about a, you know, big pullback. And that is not considering a potential AI bubble popping. Although that could be what causes the pullback.
I think so.
Jetter. Maybe a recession. I don't know. Things are strong. I don't see a recession coming, but you can get a panic in like if something were to happen to XAI, the Sam Altman guy that is you know, going out for these hundreds of billions of dollars investment, very little return coming back, and maybe it's a house of cards. And if people if that got figured out,
one falls, the all fall.
Well, yeah, like it'll be a run. It'll be a panic. Like who can get out quicker? Well, Jesus. And even the good will go down with the bad. Yeah. In the AI space. It would be interesting because that would be, I think, a terrific buying opportunity because AI ain't going away. No. But there's going to be winners. There's going to be losers. And I got very little faith in that XAI as being a winner. Yeah. So, you know, OpenAI, sorry.
But I think there could be a bigger
not
pullback.
XAI. I said XAI. I was wrong on that. It's OpenAI.
Yeah. I'm with Jetter on that. I think there could be a bigger pullback than 20%. I think it goes down as far as 30%.
Well, some of your AI plays definitely. Yes, but I think he's talking the market overall. Like if you have a 20% pullback, that's like terrible. You know, that's a yeah, black swan, call it. Robert Pierpont, Jetter, I agree. Buy long dated puts on several things and make big money off a 20% dip.
Yes.
Again, through the option markets, you can kind of play that trade, and hopefully make it up in the time period that you pick.
Yeah.
Some of those options, Coop, you can go 2.5 years.
Yeah.
So he could have a bet on that there'll be a pullback. Well, you got 2.5 years to wait. Yeah, you might win. You know what I mean? Like, Vegas Chris goes on to say, I love Paul Barron. Yeah, like
but not as much as you, Coop. I love you too, buddy.
He's starting to kiss ass now.
No, I do love Paul Barron.
Yeah,
I think he's a straight shooter. He only reports the news. He doesn't throw in any wild accusations or anything like that. He only reports the news to let everybody else decide. I like that. He doesn't spin a narrative. And that's what I like from watching him. Like some other YouTubers do. They spin a narrative. They're either this side or that side. Him, he's straight down the middle. Yeah. And I think that's why he's got over 2 million subscribers. And he's the biggest in YouTube and crypto.
Well, I'm going to go back and check. Again, I watched him a bit today. Maybe once in the past with you I've watched. And I'm positive I had subscribed to him. But maybe I wasn't hitting that like button.
You got to hit the thumbs up button. If not, YouTube will stop recommending it to you.
It never comes up. I mean, I watch religiously Best Answers, Jamie, and Brighter with Herbert. And golly.
He's good too.
Yeah, well, Tesla on the one and Bitcoin on the other with views. And Jesus, that's all that comes up on my feeds. But then I'm liking them. You know what I mean? So I got to go back and watch that Barron, because if I haven't subscribed, that's on me. I'll definitely hit him, because he seems like a smart enough guy.
He is. And like I said, he's had a lot of senators and congressmen on there, and he's in touch with them on a regular basis. He's got a whole production team behind him.
When you got over 2 million subscribers, you got to be doing something right.
Yeah. He's got a huge production team and management team backing him up.
Sure.
You know, it's not like you and I sitting here in my living room. You know, at the dining
room table. We got Darlena. What are you talking about? Come on.
Yeah, my wife, and she does a fantastic job, by the way.
Does.
But no, I take a lot of heedance in what he says. And he seems to think this is going to come a lot quicker than anybody thinks, and nobody's ready for it. And he's one of the men to know. He's got a lot of people on the inside telling him what's going on. Don't put this out on air. Don't do this. Don't say this. Yeah, but this thing's moving a lot quicker.
Okay.
You know, and that's what he's thinking and what he's saying. You know, he's not saying when it's going to happen, but he's saying it's going to happen quicker than a lot of people expect.
Ronald Reichert, Florida is back to normal weather, and I'll be out playing golf.
Good for you.
You can play golf here, Ronald.
For under a third of the cost in the U.S.
Probably.
Yeah.
I have one of my buddies at the Super Bowl. He's an avid golfer. You can get like your cart, caddy, 18 holes for like between $30 and $45, depending on the time. Yeah. Now that's the best rates. You know, some of the courses are more.
Yeah, the PGA courses are more.
I says, well, what's the nicest course you played on? He says, Brooke, they got this course. Was it Siam Country, maybe?
Siam Country Club.
He says you could do a PGA Tour event on it.
Yeah.
It's that good, you know, like green's immaculate. The rough is trimmed perfectly. Oh, like kind of he was, but so anybody golfing out there coming to Thailand, don't worry, guys. Oodles and oodles of courses, and it's affordable.
Yeah.
Jetter, Robert Pierpont, I'm not an options guy. Okay, I need to educate myself on that. Smart. So I can make money on downturns and get paid to wait, which is good. Any suggestion for how to learn? Yes, go to YouTube and just, beginner options. It'll talk about covered calls, cash secured puts, and then, stay away from the fancy option trades, iron condors and things like that initially.
Just type in option trader for beginners.
Yeah, perfect. There you go. That'll do it. And then get your feet wet. And if you decide to get into it, do it slow and steady.
Yeah.
You own 100 shares of a stock and you like it, and you want to get paid to wait, there you go. That'll tell
That'll
how to
give you
do it.
one call.
Yeah.
Yeah. J. Washington
The commercials sucked this year.
in the Super Bowl.
Some of them,
I know.
I think there was 52 commercials because I didn't see any at the game.
Mm.
So I go back to YouTube, and I think it was the next day, you know, and all the commercials on the Super Bowl. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, there was 52.
Yeah.
And some of them were hilarious, and others.
One of them was very hilarious.
Which one?
It was the one of the guys shaking their butts on there for rectal examinations for cancer.
Oh, yeah.
I creased up laughing. I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah.
There was one
Tight
on
end.
there.
Treat your tight end.
That's
you know?
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the other one on there that got a lot of controversy was Coinbase. They put out a very popular song with the words and everything like that, and people were singing it at home, and then it come up Coinbase at the end, and they're going, ah!
Yeah, no, that was okay. I didn't mind that one.
Yeah.
Ben Stiller was in one, and that was hilarious.
They used the AI to make them younger. All those guys to make them younger.
Well,
they had the
maybe
guy
they did,
from
but-
Cheers on there. I think Fonzie was on there, and Joey from Friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great commercial.
No, there was a lot that were, but you know the difference.
Mm.
In years past, and I'm, maybe a few years ago, you saw a whack of car commercials.
Yes.
There was only one, and it was Volvo. And I thought, what the hell's Volvo doing on here?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So there you go. Things are changing.
Mm.
A lot of AI commercials.
Yes.
So interesting times. Terry Fallon, I hit the thumbs up every time I'm on your live stream. If I could hit it more times, I would.
Well, you hit it twice, you cancel the first one, so don't.
Yeah, don't hit it yet.
Don't do that.
We understand, Terry. Thank you.
Yeah.
Jetter, I took some profit off the table today by selling some QQQ stock.
Mhm.
Okay. I'm expecting a bad jobs report tomorrow morning.
We all are.
Like you can trade that's the NASDAQ,
Mm.
and that's the overall NASDAQ market. So you're pretty diversified buying it. You could buy that. Now 100 shares ain't cheap. I think you're 60 grand on 100 shares, but you can start with 5 or 10 shares.
Yeah.
And play it. So good.
But here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking there's the jobs report. A lot of people are saying it, that it's going to come out a lot worse than anybody expects. What's Jerome Powell going to do? Is he going to cut rates later this month at the Fed meeting?
Too slow, Powell. Too late.
Because that means
He
the
hates
economy is
Trump.
not doing as well as he thinks it
Certainly.
is.
No, we need the other guy in there quick. Snowbirds, Super Bowl commercials were about the worst, in my never humble opinion, and the halftime was also about the worst. Just saying. Well, there you go.
There was one good one in there from Bud Light. They had a keg and they were on top of a mountain.
Yeah, that was funny.
And the keg rolls down the
they're
hill,
all
and the whole
teasing it.
wedding party's running down the hill to rescue this.
Hang
keg.
on, I'll get it. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that was
Yeah.
good. No, you're right. There was some good ones. Jetter goes on to say, got some dry powder for the next dip. Yeah.
Good.
Keep your dry powder, guys. There's always going to be a dip. Robert Pierpont goes on to say, Jetter, you make so much more of a percent off options than you make off owning shares. Like I had silver calls and silver, and when it was up 40, my calls were up as high as 450 from the same move. Options tend to not exaggerate, but they're leverage. They'll give you leverage when you play price swings.
Yeah.
So if they do go up 10%, you'll do much better. In this case, it obviously was up 10x, but it's also the same on down. So if you not guess, but if your research was wrong and it went the other way, you're hurt dramatically.
Yeah.
More so. But Jetter, Robert Pierpont. Wow, congrats. I've got to dig into options. Oh, yeah, I think, and it's funny, I got my nephew into it when he moved here. Never had done it before he moved here.
I'm still waiting for you to get me into it.
Well, I made suggestions, and no, that's too low. No, I'm not doing that. So, but yeah, we'll sit down after and
too close to the money calls. I don't like them. I'm too afraid of them.
Then you
I like
pick something a little further out at a higher strike and make do. I like 3 to 4 week time periods. So but that's the difference there. But yeah, no, and my nephew got into it. Well, now he's hooked. So my point of this, guys, once you research it, understand it, start slow, maybe even do what's called some back testing. What if I had done that option then? I would have done okay. So you get more familiar, more comfortable with it. Again, maybe I'm trying a small volume, and you'll see, geez, yeah, I can enhance my returns. So he's actually living off the premiums he's making, and he's still widely diversified, and he just keeps a little bit of his leverage to do these options, and he does well. So good.
Now, I have learned that there's programs out there that you can use fake money, not real money, play money like Monopoly, and put it into the algorithm. Say, I want to buy this, this, and this, and do these options, and then weigh it out over a course of like 3 to 4 weeks and see how you would have done as a test without using real money. That's a good idea.
That's a fantastic idea.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the best idea you've had all day.
No.
But no, you're right on that. I hadn't thought of that. Smart idea. If you can find these, there'll be, like you said, programs,
they're
apps,
on YouTube.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And those, 100,000 of play money.
Yes.
What if I did this, this, and this, and let it sit? Watch it. Test it. You ain't cost you nothing if you lose.
And then you're learning as you go.
You're learning as you go.
Yeah.
Good point. Excellent point, Coop. Ronald Reichard, BitThumb is a South Korean company.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd stay with the U.S. guys.
Well, a lot of Asian markets are getting into the crypto sphere.
Big time.
Thailand and they got BitCub here.
It's just
no tax on crypto for the next 5 years. Well,
but
4
tying
years
your
left.
money up or whatever in your investments in a foreign country, the laws, the legal system, the regulation. Oh God, like to me, we're a little more familiar with the West.
So Thailand's gone Dubai way and no tax on crypto till 2030.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Good news. Terry Fallon, I think half the time show was excellent if you're one of the accepting, appreciating, forward-thinking part of the population. He's talking about the Super Bowl halftime.
I didn't understand a word of the song.
Well, you couldn't hear nothing.
It had a catchy beat to it, but I couldn't understand something of it. And Darlene said part of it was true, that somebody actually got married at the halftime show. Fake.
Terry Fallon, you didn't watch Hillbilly Vanilla. Jetter, Cooper and Brooke, do you guys believe you are sufficiently diversified? And no, by Tesla doesn't count as making you diversified. Well, go ahead. You start.
Well, I have Ulti, I have Misty, I have MicroStrategy, and a couple others. But am I?
So that's a no.
No, I'm not very diversified.
No. I'm probably a little more than Coop because I do have my AI play. I have my Bitcoin play and my AI. Now, I wouldn't call that terribly diversified. My nephew, for example, probably has 30 holdings. Definitely diversified. He's got crypto. He's got precious metals, some banking, some oil and gas, some Tesla, AI. So, there's individuals out there. Now, if you really want to get diversified and be a passive investor, you simply buy the S&P. Over the last umpteen years, it's performed very well, guys. Without you having to manage it, you just buy and hold. And you can even do options on the S&P. And the triple Qs, which is the NASDAQ equivalent of the S&P. So that would be for people that do not want to do trading, or say they don't want to research, there's lots of expats here, friends, Coop.
Oh, yeah.
And, so do you buy no, I have a guy doing all my stuff. Oh, you happy with the guy? Oh, yeah, returns have been, this, and this over the last 10, 15 years. They've done well.
Yeah, keep talking. I'm just going to put the aircon on.
Yeah,
it's getting hot in here.
So that's a way. Now, in my case, I prefer to do I had those guys, and they couldn't even match the S&P. I said, well, shit, I can do better than that. And so with the research and you feel comfortable, and I've done it, to me, the going forward, AI is probably the biggest thing to hit the planet. And I do have faith totally in Bitcoin being a store of value going forward. Maybe it's going to take, probably in both cases, 5 years. But I think 5 years from now, we'll be sitting here and it'll be like, Jesus, we were absolutely right, you know, and thank heavens we kept, you know, held on, toddled.
Yeah.
So, but no, I wouldn't say I'm totally diversified, although I do have the two that I've researched the most and feel very comfortable. Yep. Terry Fallon at Robert Pierpont. I saw that was a pitiful lip sync, I think. Disagree of a performance, real family values displayed there. Yeah, there was some other halftime thing done. You know, I think Kid Rock was involved in it. I didn't watch that. One of the guys beside me did, though. He was just totally, he wanted nothing to do with the halftime at Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So he had his little screen. It's amazing technology. And he's I says, what's that? He says, oh, that's the alternative halftime. You know, Trump's buddies, I guess they were. Biggest Chris with 900 I bet. Oh, well, okay, that's a good start. What can you make selling calls on it as an average? I use what's called bar chart, all one word.
Yeah.
Barchart.com. It's a free version. I did the free version for over a year. And then I thought, shit, I'm going to spring for no ads. Okay. Other than that, I use it daily, more often than daily. And it'll give you the prices, the dates, you know, take you a few hours to play with it, to, you know, get your idea what you're doing. But yeah, and it'll tell you everything you need to know.
Yeah, you've shown it to me. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, you can get, and it's not like you'll make good, terrific returns, guys, on that. Terry Fallon couldn't have said it better.
Yeah, with the lip sync.
Yep. Robert Pierpont, I hear you. I saw clips and was like, how could a performance be that bad? Yeah. Guys, as you can tell, I'm not in the investment life, but I do believe in investing in life. Quality is where it's at.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you can, whatever life you're living in the West, you can do it more affordably here.
Yes.
With, I think, a happier population surrounding you, very uptone society. I put a lot of faith in the Buddhism religion they have as to why they're like this. Because we ain't like that in the West.
Yeah.
The people seem to be miserable over there and caught up in drama.
Now, make sure you all come on Saturday's live stream, because I'm going to have a very special guest on Saturday night's live stream here with me. And we're going to do a live stream, and he's recently moved over here from the West.
Okay.
And he's going to tell you straight the biggest changes that hit him when he got here.
There you go.
And I never looked at it from that angle, but he's 100% right. And it's going to be a hell of a live stream. So make sure you tune in Saturday night's live stream, 8 p.m. Thai time, +7 GMT.
Yep. Come to Thailand. Mr. Nut with his Texas humor. Good morning, CBD and gang. My dad always said, invest in yourself. There's nothing more precious. Correctamundo. Best investment you can ever make is in yourself.
Yes.
So, you know, invest in
your
education. Health. Do your research. Like really, when you're researching YouTube to learn about options, you are investing in yourself. You're improving yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're learning. You're never too old to learn, you know, even at your age, Coop. and my age as well.
Yeah.
Jetter, Robert Pierpont, I'll buy some Bitcoin if it gets to 55. Well, Jetter,
that would be a 70%
I would
drawdown.
say there's a chance you wouldn't, because maybe, did you buy at 60? Maybe not. Why would you buy at 55 if you think it's going lower? So people sitting right now, they think, if they're not buying, they think it's going lower typically.
Yeah.
Or they don't have the money maybe. But so yeah, be careful on that, guys, because what happens, you can reach those prices where you've publicly said, I'll do that. But then you think, shit, I go lower. 50 now. I'm going to wait till it's 50, and then never.
You miss the opportunity. Yeah.
So be careful. Now, what to do though? Just finish on that. Buy, you know, say you have a unit. Oh, buy a unit today, and if it drops another 10%, buy 2 units at 10% drop. Oh, it went down 20%. Well, maybe you buy 4 units of whatever your total is. So you're slowly DCAing into it. Yeah. Rick Price, I can't do my own research when my girlfriend is my advisor. You got a point there. She is telling me to invest in the commodity of diamonds for this Valentine's Day.
Ooh.
Well, be careful you don't get the fake diamonds. So they're making diamonds now.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, out of machine made, and by Jesus, they're apparently perfect. So
and soon it'll only be a matter of time when they can convert lead into gold.
Oh, well, that I don't know, but
It's only one element short of being able to do it, and I think it's going to happen sooner or later.
maybe AI will tell them how.
Yeah,
But I would be very leery of diamonds, because when they can manufacture something like that, really, until Coop's proverb.
I got diamonds in my mouth.
Well, sure.
These here is zirconia.
Yeah, pearly whites.
Man-made diamonds.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Yeah, anything that can be man-made like that, I'd be a little leery. So
Yeah.
But she might love a diamond for Valentine's Day with a promise to go with it. Terry Fallon, love thee.
Love you.
Jetter, under the U.S. Constitution, the president cannot unilaterally authorize the spending of $6 billion. I tend to believe that, or any significant amount without authorization from Congress, which holds the power of the purse.
I think he does have a special authority to do so under the Emergency Powers Act. I think it falls under that. I'm going to do some research before next Wednesday's live stream, folks, and I'll get back to you with a 100% answer.
I mean, it seems to be, even if he loses this court case around tariffs. Now, why is it in the courts? Because they didn't think it was legal. You know what I mean? So maybe this president is doing a lot of things cutting edge and borderline.
Is the
they
word
go
I
to the
think
Supreme Court. Everybody sues everybody in the West, is my impression, especially in the States. If he loses, well, apparently he's got Plan B already in the works. So don't worry, they ain't going to get canceled. They're not getting any refunds, because I'm going under this section of this act, which nobody ever heard of. You know? But yeah, the less regulations you have, the better, they say. Canada Goose on the loose should check on chain if you want to confirm a $6 billion buy. Why would Google or AI answer the question unless there was a news article about it? He's got a bit of a point there. Yeah, apparently there's a way to check the on-chain data.
And that's where Invest Answers came out with the $6 billion.
Well, Marty Party, he's on X. He's one of the guys on there. He's pretty sharp, from what I gather. He knows how to do all this stuff, because he talks about it constantly.
Yeah,
on-chain data.
Yeah.
Well, so he might be a guy to check and message or whatever. Robert Pierpont, Coop, it's never dipped below where it has at the last election. So that proves it could do things it's never done before.
Correct.
If and that's a big if, it goes into the upper 30s, I'm buying a whole Bitcoin.
Oh, good.
At 30,000, upper 30s, 35, 38.
That's a hell of an investment there. That'd be a hell of an opportunity there.
You and a bunch of others will be buying at that price. I don't think we'll see it.
This cycle's broken everything. All the metrics are broken. You know, even Plan B, you and I like watching on YouTube. He said all the models are broken now. You know, so it's anybody's ball game what'll happen.
Don't hear boo about Tommy Lee and as well was it 250 by the end of January or 150. It was yep.
Yeah. So nobody knows what's going to happen. Could it drop down to 30? Yes. What's the probability of it happening? Probably less than 10% if you go by the cycles, if you're a diehard cycle person.
Yeah.
But what's the probability it can go to 200,000 this year? Probably the same 10%. It all depends on what's going to happen with clarity. It all depends on the new Fed. It depends on rate cuts. It depends on no black swan events. There's so much out there that can affect the price going forward to the downside and the upside.
True that. What a sale, says you both are handsome men.
I get told that every day.
Christ, anybody who comes here is a handsome man.
Yeah, I get told that every day by my wife. She's a fantastic liar.
Oh, yeah. When Jackie tells me that, I say, honey, we're going to have to get you to the eye checkup doctor. But, yeah, you might need glasses, honey. Terry Fallon, guys, enjoy your live stream and hope to get there one day. Oh, you will. Coop, my wife says hello and would love to give you a big hug.
Our pleasure.
So when they get to
No problem.
Thailand, yep, you'll love it here.
Yeah.
Terry. And come and start out at Dusset Grand Park 1 or 2 because we have a nice community there.
Yeah.
Used to be Coopersville. I still refer to it as Coopersville. And
Brooks, put your big boy pants on. It's Brooksville now.
Brooksville. Better. Handsome through the eyes of whom?
Exactly.
Every girl you see walking down Soy Bacau 6, is it, or whatever?
Soy 6.
Soy 6 will tell you that you are a handsome man.
Oh, exactly.
Even the blind girls will tell you. Robert Pierpont, I'll likely pick up half a Bitcoin in the mid-50s. Well done. If the charts have a buy signal in the mid-50s, but if it's in the mid-50s with no buy signal, I'm holding out for the lower price buy signal on the chart. So he's into technical analysis called TA, and that a lot of people do use that, and it is good. And you know what's good for that, guys, if you want to start with it, check with Grok. I use Grok, Gemini, Claude, ChatGPT, and say, hey, what's the resistance levels? What's the support levels? That'll give you, and they'll explain it to you, and they'll give you the different prices. So, you know, you can make your decisions accordingly.
Here's the thing that I did watch. I like CTO Larson. I think he's a fantastic guy on Invest Answer show.
He's big in TA.
He is. And one thing he said is there's $1 billion on the short side, but there's over $8 billion to be made on the long. So he seems to think that Bitcoin's going to rebound to 92 to 96,000.
Well,
because they're going to go after him.
Yeah, but they would drive the price down to go after the long.
Yes.
So the price should drop then.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it'll drop, and then he reckons it's going to go after the 8 billion. Because there's more incentive for them to go after the 8 billion than the 1.
Yeah.
But he seems to think they'll wipe both out because they can't. There's no Clarity Act, like you're saying.
Okay. Math is maybe not his forte. I think the triple to the moon comment was friendly sarcasm.
Yeah. Everybody.
Well, yeah, we knew that.
Yeah. Every YouTuber out there is saying, yeah, this is going to go to the moon.
Oh,
this is going to go to the moon. This
hey, we thought.
Yeah.
Trump said, yes, we're going to have a Bitcoin reserve set up tomorrow. No.
America's going to buy 1 million Bitcoin.
Yeah. Oh, it's going to drive. Yeah, and it's hopium, maybe we call it.
Yeah.
But, and you know, it's okay. We're dreaming a bit.
Yeah. And Cynthia Lummis has been saying, I'm going to pass a bill that America buys 1 million Bitcoin. She's been saying that for over a year.
To the moon.
Yeah.
But one thing I will say, like, as much as we hope we'll see this, we're way better positioned with Trump in office than we were with Biden.
Well,
Biden was anti-crypto.
It was Gensler. Come on, let's set the record straight.
Gensler, yeah, but you know,
Gensler was filing lawsuits. From who? Gensler Biden was filing lawsuits against everybody in crypto.
Yep.
Everybody he could, he was filing lawsuits against.
Stifling innovation, driving it offshore.
It was Elizabeth Warren
countries.
and Gensler. Let's get to the facts. It was Elizabeth Warren and Gensler. Biden didn't have a damn thing to do with it.
Oh, bullshit.
No, I'm sorry. He didn't have anything to do with it. It was all down to those two.
Well, when I say Biden, I mean his administration.
Right. Okay, that's better.
I don't think Biden was there. Yeah. Mentally. Mike Doty and Little Mike. Hello, all. What's going on in the land of smiles? I can't wait to be there. You and a bunch of others.
Oh, having a great time.
Yeah, another day in paradise. Get up again today. Went out in the balcony. Ah, shit, another day in paradise.
I went with 2 of our very dear friends. They were subscribers, and now they're very dear friends. I went with them to Bangkok yesterday, bought a bowling ball because I'm disabled in my right arm since my operation and my fall in Kuwait. It's useless. So I have to do everything as a lefty. You go to the bowling alley, all the balls are right-handed. They don't have a left-handed bowling ball.
Well, that's something I didn't know.
Yeah, so I went and got one made for $100.
For what was it? A quarter, a fifth of the price, 20%.
20% of the price as it was in the USA.
In the US of A.
Yeah.
Now,
And-
here's something I didn't realize, guys. You can get a ball that'll go straight,
Mhm.
or you can get a ball that'll spin.
Yeah.
Because your buddy bought 2 balls,
That
one
spin.
straight and one spin.
Yeah.
Jeez, I never knew that.
Yeah, exactly.
For $100, that's a deal.
Mm.
Crypto King, good morning, Coop, Brooke, and Darlena. Bitcoin looks like it's bottoming here. Okay. This isn't a real bear market, just synthetic games. Yeah, synthetic means artificial games and whales shaking the tree before the Clarity Act changes its rules.
I would agree
Can't
with
wait.
that.
Can't wait for
I would
that.
agree with
Let's
that
hurry.
because they're going to try and make as much money as they can
Sure.
before the clarity comes in, and they stops them making money. It stops them manipulating it.
And where the whales a while ago were selling, they now, and they measure this through the
On-chain data?
on-chain data, they're back buying.
Yes.
So if the whales are buying now, and they're the guys, it's the guys like you and me don't drive the price.
No.
Hey, whatever the spread is, we either got to take it or not. But the whales can go, over the counter and get the price they want for the coins they want. They're the ones that will actually dictate the price movements once the Clarity Act gets put in place.
And the only way you can get over the counter is you have to buy a minimum 100 Bitcoin.
Probably.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be nice? Mike Doty and Little Mike, that Super Bowl was kind of boring in the first half for sure.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The game was not a offensive, standout. The defenses, however, they were something else. Biggest Chris, Meta is Facebook and Tem is Tempest.
Okay.
An
thanks.
AI Class A that Nancy Pelosi bought 50,000 of. I figured she ain't never lost a trade yet. I'll bite. Yeah, he's got a
Exactly.
point there. She's probably the best investor that's ever come along.
And then there's programs out there where you can pick your favorite trader and mimic their trades, including Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of now they're even getting these AI traders.
Mhm.
They're bots, I think they're called.
Yeah.
And they're actually trading actively,
Mm-hmm.
probably milliseconds in and out, like just to capture a bit of, and they're successful.
Mm.
So someone's they're not doing it themselves. They're
Yeah.
letting the AI bot decide when to buy, when to sell, and making money out of it. Like, hello.
Yeah.
There's the future, eh?
Making like $100 each time.
Yeah, but if
In
you do that-
milliseconds,
yeah, or $10, whatever.
Yeah,
But if they do it 1,000 times a day,
exactly. You're making some serious money.
Dodi says if market pulls back, Bitcoin will also pull back. I believe that. All risk off trade. All risk off trade. Yeah. No, I think Bitcoin will follow the market.
You do?
Well, yeah, like it's kind of like when market drops, I'm talking a major,
Mm-hmm.
everything will go down, the good with the bad.
Right.
So, have your dry powder ready to buy. There'll come a point probably in a few years where it won't be like that.
Mm-hmm.
The volatility, it might be the store of value. So,
Yeah.
I mean, theoretically, gold was not supposed to go down through the financial crisis. People would gravitate away from risky assets into what they considered to be a non-risk
Safe
asset,
haven.
safe haven,
Yeah.
gold,
Yeah.
like in war and things like that. Well, that didn't happen. The market tanked, so did gold. Like, where do you go? Like, so that was I remember that indication as, geez, that's not correlated.
Now, I got a question for you.
Fire away, McDuff.
A lot of people in the past have said that Bitcoin is correlated to M2 money supply. Now they're
Theoretically.
leaning the other direction and say it's correlated to AI. What would you say that
Well,
Bitcoin is now more correlated to?
look, to me, it'll still be money supply in the long run,
Okay.
because when you print money and money supply goes up, I'm talking on the planet here,
Mhm.
and again, guys, there's nothing really backing this for the most part. It's just paper.
Mm-hmm.
Presses are running. Well, that money it will go to find an asset that's what you call real. You can hang on to. So it's gonna, and I think what that does, it drives inflation,
Mm-hmm.
and people, to protect themselves, need hard assets, and Bitcoin will be a store of value for that, as will gold and silver.
Mm-hmm.
AI, I know what you're saying about as AI goes well, Bitcoin will follow. Yeah, I could see that happening. And but look at if this open AI tanks, which I think it is a house of cards, you're going to see Bitcoin go down too.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a risk on asset, and people will be nervous, but they'll be nervous. I mean, you'll see Google sell, Nvidia's going to sell off, Broadcom's going to sell off, Tesla probably will sell off. I just don't think some of them will be as bad as the overall market. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So we'll see. Anyways,
I just wanted to get your take on it.
all right, Terry Fallon, great to see you guys. Hello to Miss Darlena. Coop, I might join you on the panel on Saturday. Take care till then.
Okay, Terry.
Yep.
Yeah. Well,
I'm sure they'll all be welcome, right?
Yeah, of course. I'll put the link in the description, as always. But Saturday is going to be a very interesting one. Somebody that's recently moved over.
Oh, good.
Tell it like it is in the West, and how Thailand changed them when they got here. And these changes occurred 2 weeks after they got here. I'm not going to say too much. I want him to say it in his own words. Yeah.
In case I missed you Saturday, I did, as I mentioned earlier, I did go meet the developer, son Joe.
Yes.
Good guy. I like Joe. And he runs Dusset 1 and 2, as well as, believe it or not, he's in charge of all the other constructions that are going on, which, wow. And he's a young guy. But I asked him, I says, so, and I was in, paying a rent ahead. I think I paid up to the end of this lease, but I'm going to be renewing. And I said to him, do you have availability? It's high season. And he said, yes, I do. He's got studios, 1 bedroom and 2 bedroom.
Okay.
Where normally this time of year, you don't see that.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, oh, shit. Because I did hear that, it's down tourism. Some people say it isn't, but I think in the country, when you look at the statistics, it is. So
about 7% down.
Yeah. So I mean, anybody I guess the reason I mentioned that, guys, anybody coming over, if you're coming now in high season, there is availability in Dusset 1 and 2. And, again, be part of the team initially. You don't have to do a 1-year lease. Do a 1 month or 3 month, whatever you want.
He'll let you do short term. Yeah.
They'll let you do short term there. Yeah. And you'll meet other expats of a similar vein.
Yeah.
Definitely come to the meet and greet once a month. It's funny, I invited Joe to the next meet and greet.
Oh, that'd be great.
Well, I said, hey, Joe, you're going to see a lot of your tenants there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Why not come? And I said, I'll even buy you supper. Well, he liked that. So we'll see if he shows up. But anyways, I'll try and update you on that on the availabilities.
Okay. Minimum 1 month is what.
Dodi Yen, analysts are spooking me, saying crypto is similar to there you go. Ponzi scheme. It's not digital gold nor an inflation hedge, and will never be used as a currency.
Peter Schiff.
So, Dodi, what you have is what's called an MU, a misunderstanding, and that simply comes from you need to do more research. But more importantly, the research you do, you need to, guys, understand the words. When there's a word of something, whether it's something you don't understand, everything else after that is fuzzy. You won't even and I used to know this, Coop, when I got to Zen University, and I'd read a page of some econometrics, and I get to the bottom. The hell did I just read? I'm lost with that, and I'd have to go back and reread it. Little did I know until later when I took these courses that you need to understand the words on the page before you continue. So that's the key. Just more research, Dodi. And then that happened with me, because when you go back and look at those videos, Bitcoin, the guy that got me into it was the guy that told me, I told him, oh, that's a scam. Stay away from that Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Shit, it's nothing but a pawn, like it's pawn, whatever. And he looked at me queerly, and he was a bit of a mentor. And he says, well, that's interesting, Brooke. I actually own Bitcoin. Well, that shocked the shit out of me. And he said, you better go back and research it more. Well, right away, because I valued his opinion and he shocked me. I never knew he was into Bitcoin. That caused me to go do the research. And the more I researched, the more I thought, shit, there is something here. There's something to this Bitcoin. And Coop, that was back when it was under 20 grand. You know what I mean? But still, I hadn't done enough research to get comfortable to get into it. So it was probably 25 when I started.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But looking back in hindsight, if I hadn't have met him and hadn't had that discussion, I might be thinking the same as Doty.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, he orange pilled you and you orange pilled me.
Okay.
Got me into it.
A few others too, for that matter.
Yeah.
And I think you've done well. Robert Pierpont, Doty, Bitcoin will pull back with the market. Yep, it always does. Gold and silver have the better chance of not pulling back. Yeah. Metals are the safe haven typically. Yeah.
I would agree with that.
They've usually been correlated the opposite. Like if events are dangerous on the planet, the metal prices will go up, but not always. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Maybe having a little bit of everything is the way to go. David Lowe, there he is. I was with David at the Super Bowl. I clicked the like button while in the land of smiles. Best, Roy, and it takes
Return of interest.
Return on investment makes everyone smile. Thanks for the great info and entertainment. Coop, corn, cup.
Corn cup. He's trying to say thank you. And
yes, he is.
But he's misspelled it. It's okay.
Yeah, it's all right, Robert. David, sorry. Vegas Chris, Invest Answers with James, Paul Barron, and Benjamin Cohen are my 3 go-to guys that I can trust. Well done. Thanks for that, Vegas. Paul Barron, I'm going to add. Benjamin Cohen, I'm not familiar with.
I am.
But Herbert, Brighter with Herbert, I am for the Tesla info. So, but yeah, that's great. We got that.
Yeah. There's 2 out of the 3 that I watch right there. Invest Answers and Paul Barron.
Yeah. Vegas Chris, Siam Old Course is where they have the LPGA event every year.
Correct.
Okay, so that's the
Siam Country Club.
Yeah, sounds like a professional one. Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that was the one he was talking about.
Got to wrap up, guys. We're at 1 hour 56 minutes now.
Mark Schaefer, hey guys, I got into TSPY and TDAC, covered call ETFs tied the S&P and the NASDAQ too with light leverage. I like the covered call ETF concept. Yeah, good on you.
Yeah.
Yep.
In my opinion, yeah.
And they're diversified, and that gives you your diversification.
Level playing field.
Snowbird. Speaking of the Super Bowl, as an Alaskan, we used to root for Seattle until the Libs destroyed it. Now most Alaskans were rooting for the Pats. Well. Go well, go shell. Are you the same fellow that was saying Bitcoin is still on sale and is 90K? Absolutely.
Yep, that was Brooke.
Yeah, the man with the Bitcoin rules eventually. So
he who has the most wins.
Yeah, well,
Sailor.
Why not buy it at 90? Why not buy it at 60? Why not buy it at 110? Be like Sailor. He'll be buying at every price point. So continually.
I believe holding Bitcoin, MicroStrategy, Misty, stocks like those for 4 years, you'll do very well.
I don't think there's been ever lost holding Bitcoin for 4 years.
Yeah.
Never had a loss. So isn't that interesting?
If you're one of those people that are looking to make money quick, within a month or weeks, Bitcoin's not for you. It's very hard to time the market. Sure. So it's one of those you hold for 4 years. And if you're happy with the end result,
sales, my point, go well.
Yeah.
Robert Pierpont, the golf course that's half inside the Indy 500 track in Indianapolis costs big money, like $150 per person. I was like, say what?
Yeah.
In California's course is even more than that. Canada Goose on the Loose. Brooke, wouldn't it be a good podcast to show the others here how to get into options?
He did. If you go back to Money Matters, in the beginning when you were doing the live streams by yourself, you used to film a video. We'd put it on the channel.
Okay.
And that was about 2 years ago. You went into how to do option trading.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I've seen the
videos
on the channel.
It's just short. Okay. Yeah, that might be something, Goose, to look at. Mainly I do covered calls. Now my nephew's doing cash secured puts. So bingo.
Yeah.
There's both available. Robert, Brooke, I was watching Pulp Fiction the other night, and when the line, "Look at the big brains on Brad," was said, I realized he got his name wrong. His name was Brett, not Brad. Yes, correct.
And that's what Brooke likes to say on me. Look at the big brains on Cooper.
I do use lines from movies that I like.
Yes, you do.
We hope to enjoy your positive attitude one day. Love it, Terry goes on.
Yeah.
Good.
And I use a line on Brooke a lot. Come on, Brooke. I want to hear you squeal like a pig.
No. The line you use the most is, "How you doing, old timer?" You little shit. Vegas Chris, the Kid Rock thing was from Charlie Kirk's wife and channel, and it was all lip sync. Okay. Milli Vanilli was that started that craze.
The
Robert
lip sync,
Pierpont,
yeah.
Vegas Chris, 900 shares of Ibit means you can sell 9 call option contracts.
Correct.
Correctamundo.
100 shares a call.
Yep. Well on you. Snowbird, now to start off, if you're starting, I'd only do 1 or 2 to start. Just, you know, keep the bulk in case, you know, you had a major run up. Snowbird, Thinkorswim lets you trade with paper money, fake money. I think they give you 200,000 to play with. Well, bingo, there's one right there then.
Yeah.
Thinkorswim, that'd be good. I think they all do. Even IBKR, I believe, Coop has a part of the platform that allows you to
play with fake money. Yeah.
Terry Fallon, Coop, I'll be there on Saturday. Looking forward to everyone's perspective.
Okay.
He's talking about the live stream.
Yeah.
Good.
See you then, Terry.
Not physically at Bangkok. Vegas Chris, Robert Pierpont, yes, I am going to start to learn it so these periods are not as boring waiting. Yeah, that's what I found. It was, but boy, when you get into options and the shorter, like my nephew's going like 2 and 3 day and a week options, you know, so he's very active.
Yeah.
Me, I'll do 2 or 3 weeks, but it keeps you interested in the markets.
Okay, so 2 hours now, guys. So say your goodbyes. No more questions, please. And we're going to wrap this up very quickly.
Read through the comments quickly.
Yeah.
Yep. Jetter, many of the analysts I've been following have predicted Bitcoin will go down to 50, hence my target of 55. Okay.
Yeah.
Terry Fallon, you guys on the chat are amazing. What great people. Hope to meet you one day. Yep.
And thank you, Terry.
Travel Kings, there he is. Hello, Coop. I just got to Thailand from California a week ago. Should I go for the retirement visa app with Mr. C now or get the apartment on your contract first? Either way, I think.
Well, you can get a apartment, condo contract without a retirement visa.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're going to need that to get you the TM30 Travel Kings. So you'll need that to get Mr. C or Mr. Singh or whoever it is that your agent you're going to use to open your bank account and get your retirement visa. So you have to show proof of address. Get the condo first, then the retirement visa.
Yeah, well, we were here for a month.
Yes.
And I think we wanted to make sure Thailand was for probably me more so than you. And for me, it was my wife to make sure she was okay. So we didn't even look at retirement visas for the first month.
Yeah.
But after we settle, we were bingo.
Yeah. But it should be done in that order there.
Jetter, lyrics from Kid Rock song, some family values, huh? Okay. Jetter, Kid Rock, young ladies, I like them underage. See some, well, yeah. Terry, Brooke, maybe we'll just join you there in Brooksville when we get there. Sounds good. Yeah, don't be afraid, even if it's only to start. Now, it's funny. We were there.
You find your footing.
Well, you went from there, but you were 2 years, I think, there.
I was 2 years there.
And then you said, hey, I want a villa, and you're in a beautiful villa. On the other hand, I'm older, and less moving maybe for me, the better. I tend to, hey, I know where everything is. I like the pools. I like the area. I know where the food spots are. And maybe I'll just renew. And this is my 3rd year, probably be going into my 4th.
Yeah.
And it's funny, I've got people that are there with us. Brooke, are you staying? Yeah. Oh, thank God. Because he's looking at renewing. Now, I will say he has a Filipino wife, so do I. So part of that attraction is the Filipinos are together.
Yeah.
So,
well, for us, the big decision moving out was the kids. Okay. Leanne, she's almost 16.
Yeah.
Bunchy, he's almost 13. You can't keep them in the same bedroom anymore. They have to have their privacy. So hence the 3-bedroom.
Yep.
Why we moved out of the 2-bedroom condo into a 3-bedroom villa.
Yep.
Yeah.
In my case, being there with other similar like-minded people, that's the way to go. And I do find management there, Coop, very receptive.
Yeah.
Like just last week, I had an issue with bum guns. I called them up, no problem. Guy was up there within an hour. Fixed, no charge.
Yeah.
So they're good.
Okay, wrapping up,
Mike
guys.
Doty, it's Brooksville now. Put your biggest boy pants on, says Coop.
Yep.
Terry Fallon, Jetter, right on. Mike Doty, oh, I could not stand Gensler. Horrible man.
Yeah, I couldn't either. I didn't like him at all.
KS Wrestler, you guys aren't handsome. You two are a couple of sexy beasts. Shit. Canada Goose on the loose. Grokbot is the only AI trader that is profitable. Okay, there you go. I'm gonna check that out. Canada Goose, Grokbot is okay. Jetter, stock market drop at 20 to 30 will pull Bitcoin down to 50. I'm waiting for a lot of dry powder, with a lot of dry powder.
Yeah.
Yep, good on you. Biggest, as always, thanks for your time, boys. Wishing the whole gang a wonderful day, evening, week ahead. Pound that like button on the way out if you haven't yet. Correct. Terry Fallon, guys, like Alpha says, even though we're not there yet, well, we love this place.
He knows.
Back in the snow. Wave Runner, yes, Nancy Pelosi is a great investor. You would be too if you could trade on inside privileged knowledge only available to members of Congress on certain committees.
Or you got the right platform and you can follow her trades.
No. Being in her case was much better than being on the platform. Trust me. But you got that inside information. Yeah. Terry Fallon, that's the last thought, boys. Always enjoy seeing you guys. Friends on the other side of the world. That's cool.
And thank you, Terry.
Yep. Mike Doty, Cooper and Brooke, you are still bullish on Solana? Yep. Mike Doty, squeal like a pig from Deliverance.
Exactly. I love using that line on Brooke.
Roger Walker, have a great day. You too, Rog.
Last two comments.
Travel Kings, thank you, sir. It was Mr. Singh, typo. Thanks.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, I like him. Mike Doty, thanks for the great live. God bless you all.
And thank you all, too.
That's
We're
it.
at 2 hours and 6 minutes. We're
Gotta be a
overtime today, but we
record.
got through all the comments and we stayed till the end. So thank you all for coming on to Cooper's Thai Adventure Market Watch Wednesday till Saturday when we be here with our special guest. Boots on the ground. He's now going to become our neighbor. And he's got a hell of a story to tell that I think you all will enjoy. And he's going to tell you facts. No BS. He's a straight shooter, retired Navy, and it's going to be an honor to have him on the show with us.
Good to get various opinions, and reality is he's here, boots on the ground.
Exactly.
So
until Saturday, wherever you are, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. God bless you all. Watch the outro. See all the best places in Thailand. Till next time, stay tuned.
Till Saturday, stay safe.
Woke up in the land of smiles, sun shining bright. Elephants wandering through the morning light. Temples glow with gold, the air's alive. Thailand's magic got me feeling so high. From the markets buzzing, colors so bold, to the stories in the streets, ancient and old. Every corner's got a vibe, it's calling my name. Cooper's out here, and I'm loving the game. Cooper's Thai Adventure. Oh, what a thrill. Chasing the beauty from the sea to the hills. Cooper's Thai Adventure. Can't get enough. Thailand's got my heart, it's the land that I love. It's the land that I love. Golden beaches, sand so soft and white. Crystal waves crashing under starlit nights. Snorkel in the cold, dance in the tide. Every moment's a wave, I just wanna ride. Pad thai sizzling, spice lights up my soul. Mango sticky rice, yeah, it makes me whole. Tom Yum's got that kick, flavor so divine. Thailand's food's a feast and it's blowing my mind. Cooper's Thai Adventure. Oh, what a thrill. Chasing the beauty from the sea to the hills. Cooper's Thai Adventure. Can't get enough. Thailand's got my heart, it's still my heart. It's the land that I love. It's the land that I love. shore. Every step's a story, I'm craving for more. Smiles all around, the people so kind. Thailand's a treasure that's one of a kind. Floating markets, lanterns in the sky. Festivals that spark like the stars up high. Jungles whisper secrets, rivers carve the land. Cooper's holding Thailand in the palm of my hand. Elephants roam in the sunset's blaze. Every day's a wonder lost in a daze. From spicy street eats to the ocean's embrace. Thailand's a paradise I'll never erase.